Good morning. Let's feed some horses. I have seen your messages and your comments that you want to see what I feed. So it's about time that I finally take you through what's in each one's bucket, depending on their age, workload, condition. So this is not feed advice. There's so many great options out there. This is just what I found works really well for my horses. So first up, we've got Geo. He is a bit of a funny guy. So he is a little bit neurological and he does really well on a low starch, high fat diet. So he gets NRM muscle relief. He gets fed quite a bit because he does weigh 600 kilos. He's never hard to get weight on, but he is a more athletic type of horse. So I do tend to feed him at the higher end of his recommended amount for his workload. Next we have Ruby and Jet. They do really well on the low GI nuts. So again, low GI supports harder working horses without making them fizzy or hot, which is perfect for them, especially because they are horses that do have a lot of their own energy, and they've done great on the low GI. So they get 4 kilos a day, which is at the lower end of their weight range, but they're also not working really hard at the moment, and they seem to be doing really well on it. If anything, they are a little bit fat, so I don't want to overfeed them either. For my young horses, I found they've done really well on Kool-Aid. It smells amazing. If I was a horse, I would really want to eat it. It's just really good for horses that aren't in hard work and you don't need that extra energy or fizzy behaviour from them. So they've done great on that. When they're in a bit harder work, I probably will switch them onto the low GI. But for now, this is awesome for what they need. So they get 2 kilos a day. And then finally for Tango, who is rising 3, and Pepper, who is a retired broodmare. Now, Pepper doesn't actually really need hard feeding. I just feed her because I feel bad for her that Tango gets fed. They are both doing really well on the evolved nuts. So this is a broodmare feed, and it's also good for young and growing horses. And they both get 2 kilos a day, which is too much for Pepper, I know. I am planning to split these two up soon. And when I do that, she is just going to be getting the equine balancer and probably just a token of this. For now, this is just what we're doing. I don't mind that she's a little bit fat through winter, but we do need to try and get the weight off a little bit. Now, because some of my horses aren't getting fed the recommended amount of feed, so it's not a complete feed if they're not getting the full amount, I top them up with equine balancer pellets. So that's just a complete mineral, low dose, high concentrate pellet. I top all my young horses and Pepper up with this. So this is what I've been feeding my horses through winter. They've been doing great on this and they've all maintained really good condition. They've got enough energy to support their work. As we come into summer and it gets a bit hotter and I start asking a bit more of them, I will increase their feed slightly depending on how they're feeling and how they're going. But for now, this has been great. I do feed their supplements in the evening, but I will make a separate video about that so I can give a good amount of context about why I feed each one. Hello, Mr. Grumpy. Oh. Right? Excuse me, Toto. Everyone is really grumpy this morning. Even she's grumpy. So aside from the hard feed that I feed them every day, so I usually split that over 2 or 3 feeds, I also am really big on making sure that they get enough forage. So at times of the year, winter and also the middle of summer when we don't have a lot of grass, I really make sure that they're getting the right amount of forage that they need every day. Your average 500 kilo horse needs between 7.5 and 12 kilos of forage every day. So that does include grass, but like I said, the grass isn't really growing, so you need to top it up with a good amount of hay or baleage. I find that really important. These 3 come in at night at the moment, and then I have the other 4 in during the day. So they get most of their hay and baleage when they're in the stables. So when they're out in the paddocks, they tend to want to go and eat the grass, although when I put them in the paddock, they still get hay and baleage as well. It's just not as much. These hay nets, when they're full, they are 10 kilos. And I sort of have this rule, especially for the ones that come in at night, that I try to always give them more than I think that they'll eat, because I don't want to come out here in the morning and find empty hay nets. If I come out in the morning and they've still got hay, I know that they've had more than enough, because if they needed more, they'd eat more. So when I'm filling up the hay nets, I like to just make them as full as I can. So I usually start with, this is, you know, a good 3 big slices of, that could be actually 4 slices of hay. And then morning and night, they also get a slice of baleage each. Sometimes I make these too full. So that's a good size hay net. It can be quite deceiving how much a hay net weighs, and I know that there's brands that will sell like this size as a 10 kilo hay net. Obviously it depends how much you put in it, how much your hay weighs, all these different factors. So it's really handy if you can just get like a hay weigher. This one was $15, like they're not expensive, but it's a really good tool that you can just gauge exactly how much your hay weighs. So that's my feed routine. I hope you enjoyed watching that video and maybe got some inspiration for your own feed. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.